Hey Flosstube, my name's Emer and I'm here to talk to you about stitching. Shocker, I know. So today's a very good day, and if you want to know why, it's because my 123 stitch order finally arrived. I ordered this in about March and it arrived today. Obviously COVID got in the way, delayed surging of the fabric, delayed putting my order together, delayed shipping, but it's here now and I couldn't be more excited. It's gonna be a good weekend. But first I'm gonna start with whips. I have only one item to show because I have been monogamous for the month of June. I have been working on Baba Yaga by the Witchy Stitcher. I don't know what the fabric is other than that it is an 18 count Ada that I purchased from Lakeside Needlecraft, which is a UK based online store. I really like this piece. I stitched the eye last night and it's a little bit creepy, but in a good way. I feel like it's watching me as I stitch. It's a fun piece. I think the story of the Baba Yaga's house with its little chicken legs, and it's a strange one, and I think looks great against the fabric. This like kind of smoky, murky. It reminds me of like a foggy forest or a spooky night, which is just perfect for the piece. Now on to haul, the exciting part. I'm going to start with the fabrics that I got. I got 4 fabrics, 2 Lugana and 2 linens. I've never stitched on linen before. I'm really excited to. I know a lot of people love linen, so I can't wait. First time for everything. So first of all, this is gingerbread. It is 28 count, 8 by 12 inches. It's a small enough piece, but I don't have anything big in mind for it. I think if you go back to my first video, I talk about some little colourful apples that I'd like to stitch on this. But I'm in no hurry to start that, so if I think of something else that would look nice with this lovely gingerbread colour, I'm not married to the idea of the apples. Next up is the other piece of 28 count Lugana. This is called Glacier, and I bought this with the intention of stitching a piece with geese on it. It's a lovely colour. Very happy. I'm very happy with my order overall. I love the colours of all the fabric I ordered. Again with the apples, I'm not rushing to start the geese piece. Although I do intend to save this fabric for it unless something else really jumps out at me and screams, "Stitch me, not the geese." So it's possible, but I don't plan for it to happen. Next up is my first piece of linen. It is a 32 count Belfast linen in the colour Jade. So it's sort of similar to Glacier. I'm not sure if my camera will pick up the colour accurately. Glacier is definitely paler. It's definitely a blue and Jade is definitely green, but the shades are quite similar. And I have something in mind for this Jade, which I will talk about in a few minutes. And the fourth and final piece of fabric is 40 count linen. I'm being very ambitious here. Truffle Newcastle linen. I think the picture on the site showed it as perhaps a little more brown. But overall I'm delighted with it. It's gorgeous. And again, I have something in mind for that. I was very sensible with this order. I only bought stuff that I had a plan for. So while I'm talking about the fabric, let's talk about some patterns for the fabric. I saw this and I absolutely fell in love. Not only is it a very cute sheep, I enjoy the Pokemon video games. I haven't played the latest one, but there is a sheep Pokemon in said game called Wooloo, and it is a very round, fluffy sheep, and it's pretty adorable. So this very cute sheep reminded me of dear Wooloo. And this is by Luhu Stitches by Cindy Young. It calls for a mix of DMC and Weeks Dye Worth. I didn't order the Weeks Dye Worth when I was ordering. I'm probably just going to use DMC for all of it, if I'm being honest. And my plan is to stitch it on the jade coloured linen to give the idea that this little sheep is standing in a field. The fabric that was used for this is Zweigart raw casual linen. So a raw linen is that grey, tanny, biscuity, plain colour. It's raw linen. But I don't think that the jade is too far off. Like, it's not this super vibrant green. Plus, sheep belong in fields. Makes sense to stitch it on a green fabric. Next up is Night Walked Down by Janine McGowan. Night walked down the sky with the moon in her hand. Now this is the pattern I saw that kind of kicked off my desire to make a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. It's really cool. It's pretty. I like the flowers. I like the giant... Is that a cat? I think it's a giant cat she has with her. And the peacock and the owl. It's a very nice pattern. And then that quote is from A Memory by Frederick L. Knowles. I'm not familiar with that source, but it's a very cool quote. And my plan is to stitch it on this truffle linen. It was originally stitched on Shrinking Violet linen from Kitten Stitcher, which wasn't on the website, so I just went searching with the colour function, looking for something that was similar enough. I'm very excited because this uses Smyrna crosses on top of the regular cross stitch to stitch the little headband that the woman is wearing. So it's my first time doing a non-standard cross stitch, so that will be fun. Finally, my last pattern, which I don't have a specific fabric for yet, Dragon Queen by the Blackberry Rabbit. And the model picture was stitched by Margaret McKay. McCaughey? My accent is going to turn that into McKay. So this is stitched on 36 count Picture This Plus, Tycho by Picture This Plus. It looks like a grey, very pale lilac-y colour. It's very nice. I have plenty of neutral toned fabric that I can use for this. Yeah, this calls for DMC plus some Krynic. I assume the Krynic is called for on the crown. I actually have some gold metallic thread that was a magazine gift. I don't recall what cross-stitching magazine, it was a while ago that I got it, but I've just been saving it for a project, and assuming I have enough, I think that would be very cute to have a sparkly little crown above the dragonfly. And again, I saw this after I had seen the Sacred Bee piece that I had finished in my last video, and so I was sort of on a bit of a nature kick. Like, I love the flowers, and the dragonfly is just very nice. Like, the wings have got this lovely pink, blue, purple stuff going on. Overall, very nice. And finally, I have two little items left to talk about, and they're both kits. They are both Mill Hill kits. My first time ever stitching a Mill Hill kit. I'm just going to pop one open. So they come with the thread, the pattern, the beads, and little perforated paper. I've never stitched on paper before, and I was expecting it to be a lot softer. This is more like a rigid card almost. So I'm pleased with that. It means that the little ornaments that I have purchased will be sturdier than I had feared they would be. This is my first ever time stitching with beads. I'm very excited. So if anyone has any helpful tips, hints, links to videos, please drop them in the comments below. I don't want to ruin these. I'm your musician, so this is going to be for me. I love charmed ornaments, and it's going to be 2.75 inches wide by 2 inches high when it's done, which isn't terribly big. It's cute, and it has a little, now it's backwards in the beads, but it has a little treble clef charm in there. It is backwards and upside down. And the other one is a harp. This is a Christmas ornament, Holiday Harmony harp. There's an assortment of other instruments, a violin, French horn, mandolin, drum and trumpet, but I bought the harp because a lot of people in my family are musicians, and I have a cousin who she plays the harp, and she has relatively recently moved in with her fiance. It's been within the past year. I don't get to see them very often, so that's why it still feels like it hasn't been that long ago since I saw them move in. And because they're sort of starting their life together, I wanted to give them something that they can hopefully keep as a keepsake, and I felt it appropriate that it was a harp for my cousin who plays the harp. I'm going to be maid of honour at her wedding next year, August 21. I can't wait. So I really wanted to make her something special. Like, you know, I could just buy her an ornament. I'm sure I could even find a harp shaped ornament, but it's always a little more special when it's something that you've made yourself with your own two hands. And again, this comes with a dinky little charm. It is a little heart. So I can't wait to stitch these. I will probably start on the Christmas ornament first before I start on my own one. I know it's only July. How did it become July? Who knows? It's only July, but we all know stitching isn't the fastest, you said fastest sport in the world. Stitching isn't the fastest hobby in the world. And I do want to make sure that I get this done before Christmas. It shouldn't be any issue at all. I just want to have it done and just to give myself plenty of time. Life happens. You never know what will happen that might delay my stitching. And that is all from me. I had, well, by my standards, I had a lot of haul to show. Hopefully I've inspired you guys. So overall, 4 pieces of fabric, 3 patterns, 2 kits. I'm going to be a busy woman. That's all from me, folks. Do, again, if you have a cross-stitching channel, comment down below so I can check it out. I love seeing your guys' videos. Bye!